Today is a great day for all Star Wars fans across the entire world because the worst Star Wars show in history, Star Wars The Acolyte, has been finally canceled. And man, it does feel like a victory. It does feel like a dream come true, because if the show wasn't canceled, Kathleen Kennedy would have had her crutch, in her words, her swan song, to actually turn Star Wars into her own image. And what is that image? That image is Kathleen Kennedy wants Star Wars to predominantly be woman-centric, woman-oriented, and to be focused on women, to have more women characters. Now, let me just say this. To add more women characters into any type of media, any type of show, any type of movie is not bad. In my opinion, I think it's good. I think adding characters who are diverse is good. Only when the story is good, only when their character motivations are good, only when everything about the show is good, the beginning to end is good, the melodrama is good, the plot points make sense, the reasoning for things makes sense, the reasoning for outcomes makes sense for that character. If that character is written good, fans will like it. But what Kathleen Kennedy, Lucasfilm, and Disney as a whole are not understanding, and still aren't understanding by even releasing Star Wars The Acolyte as a TV show, is that they are completely throwing away all the good story, all the good writing, all the great character development that is needed, that is essential for a character to grow, to be popular, and to be loved by everyone in the world. They are completely, fundamentally, and purposely not trying to do good character development, but their only mission is to add inclusion, is to add diversity. And the biggest example in Star Wars The Acolyte is the main protagonist, because the main protagonist, or antagonist, because both of them, Osha and whatever her other name is, both of them go by the pronouns they, them. You know, like I said earlier, it's not bad to add inclusion, but her character throughout the entire series made no sense. She was flipping from good to evil at a moment's notice without explanation. Her backstory did not make a lick of sense. I did not understand it, because the show starts off as like a whodunit mystery, but it completely answers the whodunit part of the show. Then it now focuses on nothing, in my opinion. It focuses on completely nothing. And it's revealed that Osha and her twin May are actually the same people. They're not actually twins, because at the end of the season, we see that's the case. But this show completely did not make any sense, because their whole backstory, the twins' whole backstory, is that they're trying to find out who killed their mom. So they now go on separate ways. They separate from each other. But the real setting of who killed their mom was dumb, because we see the Jedi, for some odd reason, are interested in these kids of this tribe. They're interested in these kids. They want to get these kids for some odd reason. It's feeling a little bit odd, in my opinion. But Soul, the Jedi there that's from Squid Games, he's a great actor. Squid Games is a great show, one of the best shows I've seen in the last 5 years. But Soul in this world is stupid. He's a dumb character, because he's trying to get May or Osha. In my opinion, like, I really don't care about who's who right now. I really don't care who's May or who's Osha. I'll just completely get them wrong, because since Kathleen Kennedy and Leslie Headland do not give a single fuck about Star Wars, they don't care about the Star Wars intellectual properties, they don't care about the Star Wars world, I'm gonna completely get that wrong on purpose. But one of the twins, Soul, are trying to get them, and the mom we see in the backstory, she is like doing this weird mist that, if you actually look at it, is looking like she's trying to kill the daughter. She's trying to kill May. So Soul now uses lightsaber to kill the mom, and then the mom guilt trips Soul by saying, "Oh, I was actually trying to give you May." Like, bro, what? That shit made no sense, and it just made no sense. That's their little way of explaining why Soul didn't tell both twins up until the end. But this could have been a little bit salvaged if at the end, when Soul eventually tells May or Osha why he killed the mom, it would have been salvaged if they actually asked him why and listened to his reasoning. Then you could at least kill him or let him live. But no, they didn't do that. They made May or Osha just completely stab him. Like, as soon as he says it, just stab him. So it's like, what was the point of that? Like, it just completely fell flat. And the main Sith of this show, Jason, in my opinion, was such an ass and bland and weird character. Now, one of the scenes that was probably the only W's this show even has was when Jason was fighting all of those Jedi's. In my opinion, it was a pretty decent fight, but it looked cheap because how the hell does a show that has $180 million make such a fight look like somebody who was cosplaying with his friends? Their fight looks way better than that, in my opinion. That fight looks like a childish high school play fight. But after that fight, Jason kills all those Jedi, kidnaps May or Osha. Then when May or Osha wakes up, they, or whoever, May or Osha, they now get Stockholm Syndrome. They now fall in love with Jason just by seeing Jason as this good-looking, buff Sith that has a scar on his back. And even Jason says, yo, you can leave right now if you want. You can leave if you want. It's up to you. She stays. She still stays. And it makes no sense because, like, how is that an actual character development? Like, you just got kidnapped. Shouldn't you at least try to attempt to leave? But they play it out like, oh, she really wanted to be in the dark side. You know, she's not like her twin. Like, she really wants to be in the dark side now, I guess, because that's why at the end of the season, they now, like, contribute, both Jason and May or Osha contribute in killing Soul. And I just didn't like that. It just made no sense. It was completely dumb. And a lot of their side characters was completely dumb as well. Like, I don't even remember most of them because they're also forgettable and bland. They basically played the same character. Like, every scene that they had, it felt the same. Every character May and Osha met, they felt the same. There wasn't really any conflict. Like, you know, or this Jedi in particular, I forgot his name. He was actually suspicious of May the whole time. But instead of developing that, they just made him completely forget that. Then eventually, boom, he's killed. You know, like, what the hell? Like, what was the point of that? But it now actually revealed that just completely removed the mind of one of the twins. So now one of the twins is on trial while the other twin is standing with Jason and holding hands at the end of the season. But I'm just gonna say this right now, it was pretty dumb. This show is dumb in my opinion. I didn't like the show, and this show is the reason why Star Wars is dead. It's not dying. Star Wars is dead because this show had the lowest ratings of Star Wars in Disney Plus, and it had the lowest TV ratings on Disney Plus, or streaming ratings on Disney Plus. And this just goes to show that if you put and prioritize inclusion and your ideologies and your needs, basically, if you prioritize that over great story, over great character development, over great characters, over just something that will make the fans love, something that will make the fans sink their teeth into and love for decades, if you prioritize that over that, you will get Star Wars Acolyte. You will get the state Star Wars is in right now, and it's completely embarrassing. It's completely embarrassing as a fan of Star Wars, man, because Star Wars for the last 10 years has been complete shit, and it's due to Kathleen Kennedy's ideology of wanting Star Wars to have more women, to have more inclusion. Like I said in the beginning of the video, having more inclusion is not bad. It's great when you do it. Great when you make the characters you're including great. When you make the characters you're including make sense, and when you make the characters you're including actually have a reason and a purpose, instead of being bland, instead of being stupid, instead of being just completely dumb and the story is dumb. That will make fans hate it. That will make fans completely despise it, and rightfully so. You can't insult your fans' intelligence. Just because we're fans does not mean you can just insult our intelligence by throwing slop at us and saying, yeah, watch this is Star Wars now. Like, no, it's completely destroying George Lucas's vision, and his vision was to make a story, or to make a universe that everyone will love, and the characters that everyone will love, and this story that he had was so pure, in my opinion, that to see it just completely get destroyed and to see it just completely get driven to the ground by Disney, Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, and now Leslie Headland is just sad to see, man. But that's the end of the video, man. I'm out. Peace.